Hey guys, so I'm making a series of videos on the best books ever written on a particular topic. So in the first video, I'll be talking about the best books written on marketing. So here are some of them. So Woe is I by Patricia, that will tell you about the English grammar and how to write better. Then we have a book written by Donald Miller. The book's name is Building a Story Brand. So storytelling is a critical skill to have for any entrepreneur. So this is a good buy. Then we have another book called The King of Madison Avenue. It is based on David Ogilvy and it is written by Kenneth Roman. Then we have the book on the elements of journalism. So basically it will tell you how to write better and will share some anecdotes as well. And then we have Kotler on marketing. This is like a textbook. It is written by Philip Kotler, who is a very famous professor. Then we have a book written The Elements of Style. So if you want to have set style in writing, then you can read this book. Then we have another book, The Content Trap by Bharat Anand. And we have another book called No Logo, which is pretty famous book. And then we have Ernest Hemingway on writing, who was the very famous writer as well. So definitely you should read that. Then Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. He is very prominent entrepreneur who is very famous on YouTube and other social channels, talking about hustle, entrepreneurship, how to write more quality content, and how to be passionate about your life basically. So you should read that. If you want to improve your grammar, then you can read this book, Eats, Shoots and Leaves. There is another book by Gary Vaynerchuk, Jab 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 Right Hook. So basically you should be giving out more value and then you should seek quite lesser than that. So give out more value is basically the core message of that book. Then we have some books here, like the Ogilvy on advertising, which is very important book. You should read it definitely. This one was adapted to the current times. So as you can see, it is Ogilvy on advertising in the digital age. So it was like renewed or improved further to make it more relevant for the present times. You can have the older version of that book as well. Then we have the book of V, which is how to increase performance and profits through full engagement by Rudy, Carson and Kevin Cruz. So certainly a good book. Then we have Physics of Brand. It looked very nice, by Keller, Marino and Wallace. And we have a book by Stephen King on writing. So in case you want to improve your writing and if you want to get some inspiration, then you should read his book. Stephen King happens to be a very profoundly famous author who has written books on very many fiction. So like IT is one of the books which he have written. So if you can call it a novel. And most of his books are adapted into movies. So pretty fun to read those books and watch those movies. Then we have Philip Kotler's book on FAQs on marketing. Very important book, written many years ago and still very relevant. Then Copywriting is one of the famous books which you should read. Definitely read. It is a good book and the cover is so beautiful. As you can see, Copywriting, Successful Writing for Design, Advertising and Marketing. This is a great book. And then we have some books. I don't know, it's just too hard to locate any book on marketing. Can you find any? I'm certainly missing a few. So there are few books more, like 20 ads that shook the world. So it will basically highlight some of the best written advertisements. Then we have the book The Unpublished on David Ogilvy, a very good book. You should definitely read it. And another book on content. Basically this is what Crush It, cash in on your passion. So if you have a passion on certain niche, you can just focus on that and hustle towards creating lots of content around it and then promote it and on social media to basically get yourself rich and cash your passion. So it is written by Gary Vaynerchuk. And then a book on promote yourself. So basically personal branding is something which is very important, so you should focus on that. Then we have a book on journalism as well. This basically talks about the Washington Post. You can read that. And then we have the joy of syntax. So in case you want to improve your writing, you can definitely read that. And there is a book called Hagarthi on creativity. So that will basically inspire you to become more creative, which is very important for content marketing as well. And which one is this? This is Brand Breakout, written by Nirmala Kumar and Jan Benedict EM Steenkamp. So how emerging market brands will go global. So if you don't know, Nirmala Kumar is one of the profound and famous professors of marketing, so you should definitely read him out and read all his books. Few of the books written by him are these: India's Global Powerhouse, Reimagining India, and there are a few more as well. Good to Great is a good book, you should try that as well. And Smashing Grammar, in case you want to improve your writing. So for marketers, it is very important to improve their marketing skills, so definitely they should be reading books which improves their content creation and quality of writing, and also that the writing follows grammar fully. So that will basically enhances the quality of the content which you're writing. So there's another book called the Copy Book, and basically it will list all the good copies. So if you will read this, you will see a lot of copies, the great copies which have been written in the past decade, if not a few years back. And then there is this book, Management T20. It is written by Professor Deepak R. Gupta and by Dikshit Bhargav. So Deepak R. Gupta is a very loved professor by the students of NMIMS. So yeah, you should definitely read this book, which basically connects marketing with cricket. So an interesting book for sure. And then Grammar Rules is one of the good books written on improving grammar. So that is something which you should read. And then here are a few books. So Marketing Imagination, then Seth Godin's This is Marketing, and Pandemonium, which basically writes on advertising. So you should read that. And then we have Seth Godin's Permission Marketing. You should read that as well. And yeah, so I love the cover of this book, the Marketing Imagination. It's pretty clean black, which is my favorite color. And yeah, you should read that. And then we have this book, Marketing as Strategy. So it is written by Nirmala Kumar again, and it's one of the best books written on marketing. And we have few more here, which is The Anatomy of Buzz Revisited by Emmanuel. You should read this. And then we have a book called Suppose Sentence by Brian Dillon. And can you spot any more book here on marketing? Perhaps not. But yeah, these are some of the nice books which you can explore and buy and read.